We will take a closer look into each role of the to-infinitive that has the trait of an adverb. In a clause where the subject of the preposition and the descriptive word, a verb is the same. The to-infinitive signifies the purpose to actualize the definition of the descriptive word to include the verb. There are two clauses, without, with. The first one is this: I eat a bowl of salad to stay healthy. The phrase of the to infinitive to stay healthy describes the transitive verb eat. The second clause is this: I am going to drink a beverage. The phrase of the to infinitive to drink a beverage describes the present participle going as the adverb. We can know that the phrase of the to infinitive describes the descriptive word. In the first clause, a verb. In the second clause, an adverb. Let's study from the first clause. The subject of the phrase of the to infinitive to stay healthy is the same as the subject of the transitive verb eat. Who is the speaker? The subject, who is the speaker, is the subject of the action indicated by the transitive verb eat. And the speaker, who is the subject of the transitive verb eat, is also the subject of the preposition to. So the phrase of the to infinitive to stay healthy to indicate the condition as the internal motivation of the subject signifies the purpose that makes the subject to cause the action, and the subject intends to achieve with the action indicated by the transitive verb eat. To interpret this clause as conveying the purpose, speaker, who is the subject of the phrase of the to infinitive to stay healthy, we can figure out that the speaker starts and gives the action indicated by the transitive verb eat with a purpose indicated by the phrase of the to infinitive to stay healthy. The second clause is this: I am going to drink a beverage. This clause describes the expected action. The subject to infinitive to drink. Let's study why this clause conveys the future of the subject. The speaker, who is the subject of the preposition to, reveals the present when the be-verb am describes the existence of the subject as the point in time that is able to be specified as a period when the action indicated by the intransitive verb go, that the present participle going as an adverb originates from continues to happen. The be-verb am describes the present of the speaker, as the action indicated by the intransitive verb go continues to happen. So the speaker wants to emphasize that the action of the speaker continues to happen. The speaker exists. The speaker, who is the subject of the be-verb am, the action indicated by the present participle going and the preposition to, reveals that the purpose of the action indicated by the present participle going is the action indicated by the root infinitive drink, which is the object of the preposition to. We analyze the subject and the phrase of the verb am going. The phrase of the to-infinitive also sets the speaker as the subject. The fact that the phrase of the to-infinitive to drink a beverage describes the descriptive word going, that is a present participle as an adverb, means that the phrase of the to-infinitive to drink a beverage has the trait as an adverb. So the to-infinitive to drink has the trait of the adverb to describe another description. The preposition to focuses on mediating the present relationship between the subject and the object, because the preposition mediates the subject-object relationship at the same time when the definition of the verb actualizes. Compared the verb with the second role to signify the tense. The preposition does not signify the tense to identify between the present and the definition of the preposition happens. The speaker to be in the condition that of going actualizes aims at the action indicated by the root infinitive drink. The speaker is in a condition with the purpose at the present. However, the definition of the preposition to orients to the future. So, the point in time when the definition of the root infinitive drink actualizes is later than the present. But let's consider the definition of the preposition to. The preposition does not signify the tense with the role, but the definition of the preposition to has the preposition to is defined to signify the purpose of the subject. The definition to indicate a purpose is not related. So the speaker has the purpose at the present. This is described by the be-verb am to signify the tense of this clause. But the proposed action indicated by the root infinitive is about the future rather than the present because of the definition of the preposition to. The clause conveys the intention of the speaker that the speaker exists at the present point in time and a place and moves forward to the future point in time and another place that the action indicated by the root infinitive drink actualizes at. So the speaker wants to convey the intention. The speaker who is at present and a specific place that are not in this clause because the existence of the subject is on the premise that the subject exists at a specific point in time and a place. The premises are abbreviated, but we have to be aware that the subject is on the premises about time and a place. Then let's think of the proposed time and the place. The proposed action indicated by the root infinitive drink happens at the proposed time and the proposed place that are not about the present. So the speaker wants to describe the action of the speaker indicated by the present participle going aims at the future. We are going to a specific point in the future and a specific place that the action indicated by the root infinitive drink. So this clause can be replaced with the application of the modal verb will. I will drink a beverage. The second role of the to-infinitive is to describe the reason of the subject. The to-infinitive signifies the reason why the subject of the descriptive verb to include an adjective actualizes the experience, condition, or action indicated by the descriptive word to include the adjective. There are two clauses. I am happy to see you. The phrase of the to-infinitive to see you describes the reason why the speaker as the subject is in a specific condition described by the adjective happy. The second clause is similar to the first clause, but there is a difference. The other preposition for is applied in this clause. I am happy for you to stay healthy. So we have to consider another subject and object relationship by the preposition for. The phrase of the to infinitive describes the subject indicated by the personal pronoun you. The subject of the to infinitive to stay are the listeners. What about the preposition for? The subject of the preposition for is the speaker, who is the subject of this clause. The object of the preposition for are the listeners. With the existence of another preposition, the subject of the preposition to is changed. Let's study from the first clause. The subject of the phrase of the to-infinitive to see you is the same as the subject described by the be-verb am, who is the speaker. The intransitive verb, that is the be-verb, am, and the preposition to describe the same subject, who is the speaker. The adjective happy describes the condition that the subject exists in. The speaker by the be-verb am is specified with happy. The phrase of the to-infinitive to see you signifies the action that makes the subject confront the condition described by the adjective happy. Before the speaker actualizes the action indicated by the root infinitive see, the subject would not be in the condition described by the be-verb am and the adjective happy. So the phrase of the to-infinitive to see you describes the reason why the speaker is in the specific condition in this clause. There is the second clause. I am happy for you to stay healthy. The subject of the phrase of the to-infinitive to stay healthy are the listeners, who are the object of the preposition for. The personal pronoun you to indicate the listeners. The object of the preposition for and the of the preposition to. So, the subject of the phrase of the to-infinitive to stay healthy are different from the subject of the be-verb, who is the speaker. The subject of the be-verb is the speaker, and the subject of the to-infinitive to stay are the listeners. So the subjects are different, unlike the first clause. The two prepositions for and to mediate each subject-object relationship in the clause. The preposition for mediates the subject, who is the speaker, and the object, who are the listeners, as a purpose the subject exists. This description is about the definition of the preposition for. The definition of the preposition for describes the intention of the subject. The two prepositions for and to describe the different kind of. The definition of the preposition for describes the intention of the speaker. The definition of the preposition to describes the orientation of. The preposition to mediates the subject, who are the listeners, and the object, indicated by the phrase of the root infinitive, stay healthy, as the condition that the subject proposes to be, with the consideration that the root infinitive has the trait to indicate an action. The subject orients to actualize the action indicated by the root infinitive stay. The second clause can be into a sentence with two clauses because the definition of the preposition for is similar to a conjunction, and the conjunction links two clauses. This clause can be divided into two clauses. The root infinitive stay as the object of the preposition can describe the condition of the subject, who are the listeners, with the trait of the verb, with the consideration of the trait of a root infinitive as an indication or a description. The root infinitive stay can be applied as a descriptive word, as a verb in this, with the change of the role that the root infinitive stay has from indicating the condition of the subject. The root infinitive in the clause indicates the condition of the listeners. 2. Describing the condition of the subject with the trait of the verb. The word stay that has the trait of the intransitive verb has the same form with the root infinitive stay. But in this sentence, the word stay is applied as an intransitive verb. The subject-object relationship mediated by the preposition to can be described in a clause that the intransitive verb stay describes the condition of the subject, who are the listeners. The preposition for mediates the subject-object relationship between the subject and the object, considered as the cause of the subject. The condition of the subject the speaker who is in the condition proposes the object, who are the listeners. This can be understood with the occasion that exhausts the emotion of happiness. So we can say this clause, I'm happy for you to stay healthy. This clause can convey the intention of the speaker who wants to express the condition aimed at the listeners. So the conjunctional adverb because that links two clauses in the logical relationship of the effect and its cause. The first clause, I am happy, is the effect of the second clause. The second clause, you stay healthy, is the cause of the first clause. So the conjunctional adverb because that links two clauses in the logical relationship of the effect and its cause links the clause about the condition of the speaker, who is the subject of the preposition for, and the clause about the listeners, who are the object of the preposition for. The fact that the preposition to has the trait of the adverb is assured by a clause with the preposition to able to be divided into two clauses. To describe the speaker, who is the original subject of the clause, and the listeners, who are the subject of the preposition to. This clause is transformed into a sentence to include two clauses. We can remind of the phenomenon that two clauses, I ate a bowl of salad and I ate a bowl of salad, are infused into a clause with the application of the adverb, that is the past participle. I have eaten a bowl of salad with the adverb twice. This phenomenon is the application of the past participle, eaten. Two clauses originate from the So we can assure that the preposition to is also one of the adverb. The past participle eaten as an adverb infuse two clauses into a clause